Hey everyone, I wanted to do a real quick video on my DJI Mini 3 Pro. I've only had the drone about 2 days at this point. I had ordered it for a trip that I was going on the weekend, but they had sent out the wrong combo kit. They sent the DJI Mini 3 instead of the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So I've got some video that I'll upload later with the Mini 3 that I took while I was out of town. But when I got back in town and they had sent this drone, the correct one, I kind of want to get out and try the active tracking and see how the sensors worked on it, the obstacle avoidance sensors. And it was a rainy, nasty day, so I just went somewhere close to me, which was the Edisto Memorial Gardens in Orangeburg, South Carolina, to see how those features worked. And this particular shot here is of a waterfall out there, and I've been wanting to get some good shots of that thing, but you can't get them with a camera because the pond down there keeps you from being able to get up close to it, and then you can zoom in, but then you miss part of it because of different objects in the way. So I took it out there to try to follow that little waterfall, and it did really good. Now I will say that I haven't tampered with any of the video settings except for to set it at 1080p 30 frames per second. And the reason I did that is the SD cards I had were SanDisk Ultras, and you actually got to have an extreme card or above to do the higher resolutions. And I've ordered one of them, and I just haven't received it yet. So this video is shot in 1080p 30 frames per second. Because of that, if I tried to take the video any faster, I was afraid it would get corrupted. Now I'm about to go across the road over there where the drone just pointed towards or aimed towards, and that's where the river walk is, and that's where I'm going to try out the obstacle avoidance. And you can see how bad the weather is there. The road's soaking wet. Matter of fact, it was pouring down rain up until I pulled up, and about 3 minutes after I pulled up, the rain stopped. So I was able to get out and see if I could get this, a little bit of video anyway. And went out there but a few minutes, and the rain started coming again, so I had to cut it short. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video up before I started, getting the rest of my videos together and making a longer one. But right here I'm setting the active tracking, and so from this point until I stopped further down the trail, I did not touch the controller. It was doing all this flying on its own. And you'll notice when I get up under them trees, at a few spots it'll kind of stop, and you'll see me walking away from it, and then it'll make like a decision on where it wants to go, and then it'll quickly do that and catch back up to me, which I thought was pretty interesting. I thought it was kind of neat that it seemed like it, like a human being, it was kind of trying to think about what to do. So, like coming up right here is one of them instances. And I'm looking up there at the trees wondering, I wonder what this thing's going to do. It's going to go straight, because right now it's at a level that would run right into that tree, but then it starts to kind of drop down. And there, as you see, it kind of dipped down and went underneath it. And then it stops again to analyze this situation, and it drops down and goes underneath it. So I turned back to look there to see what it was doing, but I'm not controlling it. I rest assured that it's doing all this on its own. Now when I get up here is I was wanting to try out the obstacle avoidance with me controlling it, so I was going to fly it around them trees and try to get a good angle of that little water wheel there. And that's basically all I'm doing here. I'm not trying to get no award-winning shot or nothing. I'm just at this point playing around with the drone, trying to get familiar with it. I haven't owned a DJI drone in several years. The one I've been using lately is a Parrot Bebop Parrot Bebop Power, and it's a really large drone. So, I wouldn't even attempt flying it back up in here. It's just so big, and it's got fixed rotors on it. So, with people around and stuff like that, I'm just afraid it would hurt somebody. But This here being the DJI Mini 3 Pro, don't weigh anything. It's got giveaway rotors on it, where the rotors can, if it hits somebody, it'll absorb it into the drone rather than just chop up on them. But right here's a pretty good idea of the stability of the drone, because that's right over the river and the wind's pretty bad right there. And of course the conditions is bad. It's foggy. But it did a real good job. I got no alerts or nothing like that, unless something was close to it. It would, of course, alert me that something was getting near the drone. But all things considered, I think it did really good. Uh, for the price that you can get this drone for, and with the features it's got, and how long it can stay in the air, I don't think you can go wrong with it. The 3 that they sent out first, it was not the Pro. I kind of worked out a deal with them right before I left out of town that I would keep the 3 if they would send me out the Pro, for a good deal, and they did. And I didn't buy it directly from DJI, but they sent it out for a really good deal, and so I went in and ordered it, and I'm going to keep the regular 3 as well. But just thought y'all might want a little quick video and see where we're at with the new drone. And I appreciate y'all watching. It's about going to wrap up here because it starts to rain again, so I'll get the rest of the videos up as soon as I can. Thank you.